Hi, this is Kima Yamira, and I've got a narrative Wi-Fi battle here with a friend of mine from the serebiiforums. He doesn't have a YouTube, so I can't leave a link in the description, but I guess let's start this. So, he leads with his Zekrom, which he asked me before if he could use it, and I said I didn't have a problem with it, so I lead with my Frostlass, and I go straight for the Ice Beam here, just in case he wants to stay in and do something. So he switches to his Espeon, but that does odd amount of damage, and I see it's his Zoroark. So I just finished and 2-hit KO that. So now he sends out his Gallade, which I know has the Shadow Sneak, but he doesn't use it, so he goes for the Thunder Wave and paralyzes me, which basically makes it so this Frostlass is pretty useless for the rest of the game. So he switches out into his real Espeon, and I use the Destiny Bond, but it's not gonna work since I have my Focus Sash, so he won't be able to KO me next turn. So he knocks me down to my Sash, and I use Spikes, but at this time I didn't realize that Magic Bounce reflected Spikes. So now I have a layer of Spikes on my own field. So he finishes me off with the Psychic, and that's the end of my Frostlass. So now I send out my Articuno, and I thought I could take the Psychic a lot better than I did, but it takes a pretty large chunk for being a bulky set. But I still have enough to get a substitute up, and next turn he's going to break my sub, so I'm fairly sure that I go for the Roost. He breaks my sub, and yep, I do the Roost, and I get back my health to a little above half. So now I'm going to switch out, so I have my Articuno for later. I'm going to switch out to my Scrafty, predicting the Psychic, and he goes for it, and it doesn't affect me, but he goes for a Psychic again for some reason. Maybe he's locked into it, but I choose to go for the Crunch right away rather than the Bulk Up, just in case he had something that could hit me. So I take out his Espeon, and I've got my Scrafty back at full health after leftovers. So now he sends back out his Zekrom, which is starting to become a real pain. So he goes for an Outrage, and he has the Dragon Gem, making it a just ridiculously powerful Outrage, and that easily KOs me. So now that my Scrafty's gone, I send out my Cloyster to take care of it, but I thought since my Sash was broken, this Outrage would have KO'd me, except it leaves me at 46 HP, and luckily that's when he only had the 2-turn Outrage. So now I Shell Smash up, and I get all my boosts, so I'll be able to KO the Zekrom next turn. But he switches, so and then he sends out his Virizion, which pretty cool Pokemon, but I proceed to take it out with the Icicle Spear. I guess he was really just foddering it, since, you know, not too much can take a Shell Smashed Icicle Spear, especially not anything he has left. So he sends back out his Gallade, and I know the Shadow Sneak's coming. I figure there's no need for me to switch out, because Cloyster can't really do too much later on in the game, and there's not really anything else I want to have take a Shadow Sneak either. So he gets his leftovers, and I send out my Milotic. So my Milotic, I take the Spikes damage, and then I use a Scald, and then I think this turn, yep, luckily for me, I get a burn, and then he uses the Thunder Wave, which I don't really mind paralyze on my Milotic, since it gives me my Marvel Scale boost. So now, after leftovers and everything, he takes his burn damage, and now next turn he goes for a Bulk Up, which I wasn't really expecting, but I guess I haven't seen too many Gallades. So I just go for another Scald, since it's really the strongest move I have against him. So it does alright amount of damage, and then I almost get back to full after leftovers, and he takes his burn damage, and so he goes for the Drain Punch, but he gets the critical hit, unfortunately, so he gets a bit of extra HP back, and I get the Parahax this turn. So pretty unlucky turn for me, but whatever. I'm going to proceed to continue with the Scald strategy, while just hoping that eventually he'll get whittled down after burn and Scald, because I know even after he gets a few more Bulk Ups up, he won't be able to hit me for very much damage, and even if he does, I'll be able to recover it easily. So I hit with another Scald, and then unfortunately, after leftovers, the burn won't finish him off, so he goes for another Drain Punch, and that does very little, but it gets his health back up, and I get the Parahax, so I'm not able to hit him to finish him off. So now he's back in yellow, to the point where burn won't be able to finish him off. So now he's back at very low health, and he hits me with a Drain Punch, and then that does very little damage, but still heals him quite a bit. And I make a really bad play here and go for the Dragon Tail rather than finish him off. I was thinking rather get rid of his boosts than kill him, so it brings out his Zekrom. And I think maybe if I can survive this, I can hopefully get a burn on him, and then that'll pretty much ruin his Zekrom, since it's a physical attacker. So he hits me, and unfortunately he doesn't miss. So that KOs, and my Milotic goes down. So now I send out my Hydreigon, knowing that I should be able to outspeed him unless he's Scarfed. But he chooses to switch out, and he switches into his Gallade, foddering me. And at this point, if I had just finished off that Gallade, I wouldn't have had to waste a Draco Meteor here and get this special attack drop, so I could have went in straight to KOing one of his last two Pokemon. So now he sends out his Hydreigon, and I know that these event ones have the Focus Blast, so I want to save my Hydreigon to finish us his Zekrom. So I switch out to my Articuno, and I take the Focus Blast. and I take it pretty well, and I think it doesn't do half. Yeah, it does under half, so I'll be able to just survive another one and then hit him. But so I survive and I'm left at 43. So I hit him with the ice beam, but unfortunately for me, since I don't have any attack investment, it doesn't KO him, but it leaves him at very low HP. So he goes for another focus blast just to finish me off, and well, unfortunately he had a hit every time with that. But thanks to pressure, he should be out of PP for his focus blast, and I'm fairly sure he'll be locked into it since I don't see a life orb in him. So he uses the struggle and does a little bit of damage, and Recoil's able to finish him off. So now I'll be able to hit Zekrom with a Draco Meteor, and I won't have any special attack drops. So now after he takes spike damage and his ability and everything, I hit him with the Draco Meteor and finish him. Well, good game. I guess thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.